Good evening, everyone. Hi. Hello, Silicon Prairie. Thank you for coming out tonight. We are so thrilled to see so many people here and to see the level of energy here. It's fantastic. As important as it is tonight for us to recognize the outstanding achievements, not only among our entrepreneurs and startups, but tonight is really a celebration about our community. It's a celebration about our past achievements, about where we have been over this past year, our collective progress as a region, and it's about inspiring us for continual building and growth within the region. We've come a long way since the first days of Silicon Prairie News. Our goal, and still was, to tell the stories and connect the amazing talent and passion and drive that exists here in the region. So looking back, we've been able to write about the teams behind Dwala and Huddle and Rearwire, and we're eager to write the early stories of companies like Higher Learning Technologies and EyeVerify and Open Doors. And I think we have a couple of those groups in the house tonight, do we not? We can also celebrate the evolution of our communities, from just the sheer growth of the number of those who are involved to the new initiatives that are underway. So we've seen the birth of accelerators like InMotion and Straight Shot and Spark Lab, to proof of concept labs like Digital Sandbox in Kansas City, co-working spaces like Vault Co-working, and programs like the Kaufman's 1 Million Cups, born in KC and now launched in Des Moines. So it's important also for us to recognize the significant work and intentionality of our corporate partners and our service providers across the region. We're very grateful for all the work that you do. So let's also not forget what inspires us. And for me, standing up here and looking out is to see all the students that are in the audience tonight. Yeah, so we're our University of Iowa students. Our University of Kansas students. No more. Thank you, Foster. And then our partners at the University of Nebraska. So these students who are part of our community, they're going to be the next technologist of the year. They're going to be the next startup executive of the year. They are our future, and they're going to be building the ideas and products that impact us for generations to come. So let's give them a round of applause for being here. And your growth has also inspired Silicon Prairie News, and especially as we begin to shape our future, not only here in the region, but across the Midwest as well. We're really excited about the opportunities that lay in front of us, and we wouldn't be able to do it without all of your support in the community that's here. So thank you very much. We have an exciting event planned for you tonight, including a keynote address by Dave Knox, who's the founder of the Brandery in Cincinnati. We also want to recognize our amazing partners who are very much thought leaders with us in this space. And so our sponsors tonight are Kauffman Foundation, the West Des Moines Business Incubator, Wellmark, the Greater Omaha Chamber, the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce, thank you for the buses, both of you, the Greater Des Moines Partnership, University of Nebraska, Sprint, and Coley Jessen. So thank you again to our sponsors. And without further ado, it is time to introduce our MCs for tonight's show, and that's going to be the Silicon Prairie Newsroom. First up is our former managing editor, advisor, and friend, Danny Schreiber. I promise it's one sentence. But just want to let you know, Danny, that your leadership over the past few years, it's through your leadership that we've been able to share all of their stories and the collective stories of the Silicon Prairie. And for that, we are very, very grateful. So thank you, Danny, for everything you've done and everything you will do tonight. So thank you. And next up, we have Megan Bannister, one of our editors, and Fred Bowders. Thank you.
Good evening, Silicon Prairie. All right, so she's already said my name, so I'm going to hand it off to these two folks to introduce themselves again.
As Regan said, I'm Megan. I'm our Des Moines editor.
And I'm Fred Bowders, and I've made a huge mistake. You realize, guys, we're journalists and we have no business hosting an award show. We're clearly better off behind our laptops. So for our next trick, or rather, illusion, we'll need to turn into MCs for the evening.
Hey, Fred, speak for yourself. Last year when Michael and I did this, we brought down the house. Our fake iPhone 5 announcement had everyone rolling in the aisles. Am I right? Yeah? Hey, okay, all right.
Don't worry, guys. All of us are here to recognize the community and its leaders who keep growing and connecting startups across the region. We're here to celebrate all the relationships, investments, and successes made possible from the people in this room and across the Silicon Prairie.
It's true. All of you are why we're here tonight. We typically have the privilege to cover all the momentum you produce, but right now it's all about proclaiming the incredible work being done. Even if you're too humble to share, you don't have a choice tonight.
In my time with Silicon Prairie News, I had a front row seat to watch small companies do big things, and leaders strive to do more than they ever were supposed to do. Tonight, we're here to honor those leaders who are creating the Silicon Prairie, the technologists, the developers, the designers, the community leaders, the innovators. And what better way to do that than through an awards that was voted on by a community, by a committee, and by members of the community like yourself.
Although we have to admit, we were pretty hesitant to give up the voting control.
It's true. At first, we weren't sure we could let anyone but ourselves decide the winners, so we came up with some of our own methods.
Mark, get set, go!
Okay, I need to get my picks in for the Silicon Prairie Awards. I need total concentration. This burrito is sure delicious. Huh, where's my Snapchat at? This isn't easy.
We realize this all failed miserably and that Danny gets way too many emails. So we asked for your help and asked and asked and asked again via Twitter and many other ways. But you did at an incredible rate.
Some of you were maybe a little too incredible. In fact, if the owner of IP address 66195.139.194, I repeat, 66195.139.194, knows their IP address and is willing to claim a Silicon Prairie Awards record of voting 202 times in one day, stand up and we'll make sure to get you a free t-shirt. Just so you know, your vote only one of your votes counted for that day.
But really, we really were impressed by the dedication. It was inspiring for us, and it so often made the difference. I tell you, many of these awards were painfully close. We want to recognize, though, those people that really made us help choose the award winners. And that's the 16-member committee. It was both a combination of the public voting and our 16-member committee. And so, if you're here tonight, could you please stand when we say your name? But audience, if you just hold off until the end for a big round of applause.
Brent Beshore from Adventures, Jay Byers from the Greater Des Moines Partnership, Dale Easley from the University of Nebraska at Omaha, Judy Isles from Iowa State University Papa John Center for Entrepreneurship, Aaron Hoffman from Stonefinch,
Maria Myers from KC SourceLink, Jeremy Miller from Singley, Nate Olson from the Ewing Marion Coffin Foundation, Shane Reeser from Startup Genome, Dusty Reynolds from the Greater Des Moines. Dusty Reynolds from the Greater Omaha Chamber of Commerce.
And then we have Carrie Royce from Prodigy Arcade, Marco Santana from the Des Moines Register, Jeff Slabotsky from Silicon Prairie News, Beverly Stewart from the University of Missouri Kansas City Block School of Management, Jill Thayer Lilydale from New Tech Ventures, and Brian C. Waller from the state of Iowa.
To give you perspective on the process that went into these awards, we first opened public nominations in July. Then our judges sifted through those to get our 4 finalists. The public voted 25,000 times legally, and the judges weighed in once more to lock down our 12 winners.
And before we get into these awards, a couple of things to note. There's 2 new ones on the ballot, and that was the Student Entrepreneur of the Year and the Innovation of the Year. We're excited to highlight the work of the next generation, and as Reagan pointed out, there's students in the room. We hope that you'll be encouraging them to get more involved, get more students involved.
And since we can't help but steal ideas from the Oscars, you'll be seeing all 4 of the Startup of the Year finalists, truly our Best Picture category, presenting throughout the night.
Now, without further ado, let's get this show on the road.
Here to present the Mobile App of the Year are Toby Rush and Dr. Derek Shawnee from Startup of the Year finalist EyeVerify.
Thank you. Whether they were working to make studying easier for students on the go, designing fanciful web games, or simplifying web searching, these 4 finalists all left their mark on the mobile app scene this year. Our finalists are
Battle Bears by Skyvoo Entertainment, an online player shooting game starring the Battle Bears character. 4-person teams compete across dozens of maps utilizing weapons that range from serious to the insane.
BodyFit, workouts you can do without any equipment, at home, on the road, in the gym.
Leap 2 Search by Leap 2, focused on reinventing search. Leap 2 Search delivers relevant web, social, local, image, and news results in one engaging visual interface.
NCLEX Mastery by Higher Learning Technologies provides nursing students a more effective and convenient way to study for the licensure exams.
And the analog goes to, once we get an envelope, we will tell you. Or we'll open up to a bid. What's the bidding start at?
Here's the analog. Heavy.
Do we have? The winner of the Mobile App Award goes to NCLEX, Mastery by Higher Learning Technologies. So please come on up, wherever you are. They walk to the beat. That's amazing. That's pretty cool. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Who wants this nice analog? There you go.
Appreciate it. There you go. Well, thank you very much, everyone. It's a huge honor to get this for myself and our entire team. I know we've really been pouring our hearts into this, and so we greatly appreciate your guys' support for this. We're excited for the opportunities that we have moving forwards here, and most of all, we're grateful for the support that we've gotten. See, the Silicon Prairie and a lot of people in here have really made it so we could be at this point. We're grateful to our investors, friends, and family, the people who believed in us when no one else did. We're grateful to Josh Kramer and his team. We're grateful to Componica and their team, University of Iowa, the state of Iowa, as well as all the people up here who've been working day and night on this. And most of all, we're grateful for the people out there who we've connected with or who we will connect with to help lead the way on this path. So we feel very blessed and very grateful. Thank you very much.
Next up is Service Provider of the Year, presented by Coley Jessen, a full-service law firm based in Omaha. Coley Jessen's attorneys counsel a diverse clientele, ranging from startups to mature public companies, and offer comprehensive services tailored to entrepreneurs. Here to help us present the award are Dan McMahon of Coley Jessen and Adam Arredondo of Hoopla.io.
This award recognizes an attorney, accountant, marketer, or other service provider who made things happen for startups. Simple as that. The finalists are
Black Ops Development. Black Ops, yeah. Black Ops completes software development missions without leaving a single fingerprint behind. Can you believe that? It's like they don't touch anything. My Ed Match's Alicia Harold said that they do everything from join them in product launch releases at her house at midnight on Sunday to pitch reviews. She said she couldn't have had a better partner for her company.
I didn't memorize my lines, but well done. Next, Chris Brown of Van Osdol and Magruder. Client Alex Pope said, Chris has been a valuable asset to his company as they've grown and needed counsel, saying, it's great to have an advocate like Chris on your side when you're starting and growing a business.
Bart Dillashaw of Coley Jessen. Blake Lawrence of Opendorse, and I confirmed this quote before, so this is true, said that whether Bart's grabbing coffee at Haymarket in Lincoln, or he's wandering the halls at Mastercraft in Omaha, or if he's advising entrepreneurs at the Pipeline event down in KC, he's an integral member of the Kansas City startup community.
Final one. Matt Westenberg of Fuse Co-working. Matt helps companies like Bulu Box, Boutique Window, and Herdat with growth operations and transitions. He also is the founder of Fuse Co-working, a creative space for the startup community in Lincoln.
And the analog goes to, oh my God, my hands are shaking, I'm so excited. Matt Westenberg.
Wow, I'm totally stoked. Was not expecting this at all, guys. I really appreciate this. I want to thank my personal savior for giving me the passion to work with entrepreneurs and startup companies in the community. I'd love to really thank the two guys at SP Group, our accounting firm that really helps make this happen, Dave Swan and Darren Peterson. They allow me to get paid in startup t-shirts and be a beta tester. So that's a great benefit for when you work with startup communities. And then finally, I want to thank the team at Fuse Co-working, which is a great collaborative workspace in the Haymarket that we started about a year ago. Andy Beecham, Bob Hendricks, Kathy Beecham, and Nate Friesek have really done a great job of running and operating that space and really trying to create that community in Lincoln that will support people like InMotion and help bring students from the university and get them engaged in our startup community. And I want to thank you guys for giving me an opportunity to do what I love to do. Thanks again.
Next up is our Award for Innovation of the Year, a new category in this year's SPN Awards, presented by our sponsor, Wellmark. Wellmark is a mutual insurance company owned by its policyholders and provides health coverage to more than 2 million members in Iowa and South Dakota. Here to present the award are Brad Hoyt of Wellmark and SPN's own Jeff Slabotsky.
Good evening. Thank you. This product prototype, release, or advancement made people look twice because it broke a mold, introduced a new way to solve a problem, or challenged the status quo. Here are the finalists for Innovation of the Year.
CandyCam makes suspended robotic camera platforms capable of precise movement in 3D space for capturing dynamic aerial footage.
EyeVerify, a software-only iVein-based biometric. EyeVerify enables a password-free mobile experience on hundreds of millions of devices already deployed around the globe.
NCLEX, Mastery by Higher Learning Technologies. Empowers students to learn in a more intuitive and ultimately more effective manner by harnessing the power of smartphones and tablets.
And the last one, Open Doors, allows brands to sign endorsement deals with professional athletes in a matter of moments, not months.
And the analog goes to NCLEX, Mastery by Higher Learning and Technologies. I feel slighted. We don't get the whole crew.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, congrats.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it, everyone. Thank you, and thanks for the great night.
Our next award is Technologist of the Year. Here to help us present the award are Nick Bowden and Nathan Preheim of Startup of the Year finalist MindMixer.
This award recognizes a startup's team member who made a significant contribution towards development of the company's product. The finalists for Startup Technologist of the Year are
Riza Derkshani, Chief Scientist and iPrint Inventor at EyeVerify, sorry about that. The company CEO, Toby Rush, believes Riza's brilliance is only surpassed by his passion to see his original vision of the iPrint come to its full potential.
Riddhaman Das, co-founder and technical counsel at Galleon Labs. Riddhaman's a graduate research assistant at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and also works as a software developer for EyeVerify.
Kelly Kearns, co-founder, COO, and chief architect at AB Pathfinder. AB Pathfinder's Director of Client Services, Brandy Waller, says that each day Kelly comes to work with a smile on his face and a mission in his heart to make a difference in the world of autism through technology.
Finally, Matt Sikoski, co-founder and CTO of Social Assurance. Matt's fellow co-founder, Ben Penkonen, said Social Assurance would never have been able to do what it has done without Matt's truly unique skill set. Quote, his understanding of the industry and care in his craft of programming are at a level that all technologists should aspire to, end quote.
And the analog for Technologist of the Year goes to Riddhaman Das.
Well, I didn't really prepare a speech, but thank you. I owe it a lot to the community in Kansas City and the Silicon Prairie. My professors, Dr. Derkshani, CEO Toby Rush, and the entire team at EyeVerify. My co-founders at Galleon Labs, Tam Tran, Troy Norris, and Ravi Patel, and the entire awesome startups that I've had a chance to work with. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thanks.
Okay, on to the youngins. Up next is Student Entrepreneur of the Year, another new category in this award. This award is sponsored by the University of Nebraska with campuses in Omaha, Lincoln, and Kearney. whose programs engage students with mentors, entrepreneurs, and business leaders in the community. Here to present the award are Jim Linder of the University of Nebraska Technology Development Corporation and Sculp's Josh Krakauer.
Wow. It was great earlier to hear Reagan's comments about the fact that we have many students here tonight. I think it's important for us all to remember that for those of you who aren't currently enrolled, we were all students at one time. So this is really an exciting opportunity for the students. This particular award recognizes a student or a group of students, college, undergraduate, high school, grade school, kindergarten, who've built a notable business. You know, we're pushing this down to younger and younger people, who've launched a praiseworthy app or created an impactful entrepreneurship initiative. The finalists are
Saurabh Chakraborty, quite the fan club. Saurabh is a student leader at Hive, a collaborative student community at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. He also helps lead programming workshops as a senior in computer engineering.
The second is Joe Delagago and AJ Nelson. So Joe and AJ are co-founders of Cluster Funk, and I'm told the N is not silent.
Pretty close.
Before deciding earlier this year to pursue their company full-time, Joe and AJ studied computer engineering and business respectively at the University of Iowa.
John Ruiz. John's the co-founder and CEO of eBeacons, Public Safety Solutions. He's an entrepreneurship scholar candidate at the University of Missouri, Kansas, graduating in May 2014.
And fourth, James Verhoff. James is the founder and COO of Amen Inc., a company with a flagship product, Picket. James is a senior studying business and economics at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln with plans to graduate in 2014.
Okay, and the analog goes to suspense. All right, AJ and Joe, Cluster Funk.
All right, thank you guys. First off, I want to thank my co-founder, Joe Delago, who could not make it tonight. He is at home kicking ass on the product tonight, so let's give him a round of applause first. You know, we just feel really lucky that we're surrounded by the people that are supporting us. Anywhere from the people on our team, to our users, to the University of Iowa, to our mentors, to our investors, to the Silicon Prairie. We're just privileged to, just to know and meet with you guys. So it's been awesome, and we're excited to keep pushing the company forward. So thank you guys.
Our next award is Executive of the Year, presented by the Greater Des Moines Partnership. The Greater Des Moines Partnership is the economic and community development organization serving Central Iowa. The partnership works to grow opportunity, create jobs, and promote the best place to build a business, a career, and a future. Here to present the award are Meg Fitz of the Greater Des Moines Partnership and Carrie Royce of Prodigy Arcade.
This group of finalists is 4 CEOs who have pushed their startups to new heights over the last year, helping their companies achieve milestones that include funding, acquisitions, and user growth. Here are the finalists.
Nick Bowden, CEO of MindMixer. Nick led MindMixer to a slot in the inaugural Code for America Accelerator and the closing of a $4 million Series B round. MindMixer co-founder Nathan Preheim said, like most good CEOs, Nick's passion for the company consumes him. He's relentless, and that attitude pervades within MindMixer's culture.
Next up is Paul Jarrett, co-founder and CEO of BuluBox. Paul led BuluBox through the launch of its e-commerce site and creation of a user rewards program. Paul was named a 2013 Pipeline Fellow. BuluBox CFO Adam Choate said that while startups sometimes view other startups as competition, Paul always views them as teammates. He knows that, we all share similar goals and that by working together, we will all benefit.
All right, Ben Milne, founder and CEO of Dwala. I've seen Ben speak a few times. I feel like I should throw an F-bomb in here. Ben led Dwala to the closing of a $16.5 million Series C round led by Andreessen Horowitz and received a number of awards this year, including a slot in the MIT Technology Review's prestigious 35 Innovators Under 35 list. Dwala COO Therese Flynn said she'd love to spend a day inside Ben's mind, but then again, being able to experience his ideas and watch the inception firsthand is a true privilege.
Toby Rush, president and CEO of EyeVerify. Toby led EyeVerify to a $1.5 million seed round, as well as a $2.3 million Series A raise earlier this year. EyeVerify's Reza Derek Shawnee said that he sees Toby give time every week for coffee, lunch, a phone call with someone on the local tech scene who wants his advice and support on an initiative.
Are we there?
We are there.
All right, so the analog goes to Nick Bowden of MindMixer.
Very surprised, but Nathan, stand up. No, seriously, stand up. Right, anyone that has been in a company in a partnership knows that I should cut the ass part off and give it to myself and give the rest to Nathan. He's involved in everything from day one. Secondly, we have a team of people that work so hard for 2.5 years that have helped us build the company to where it is today. And then my wife lets me do this, right, and get away with all of the hard work I spend. So thank you very much. And thanks to SP with Silicon Prairie for the awards, too.
Just going to give everybody a little bit. I was going to make a Ben Affleck joke, but decided against it. It's been too much. So we'll just move right on. Our next award is Designer of the Year, presented by I'm so sorry. I know him very well, too. Mike Farmer and Tyler Van Winkle from Startup of the Year finalists, Leap 2.
This award recognizes a startup team member who has made a mark on their company's product by providing an amazing user experience or beautiful design. Here are the finalists.
Stephanie Jarrett, co-founder and CMO of BuluBox. BuluBox's Nick Mothersbaugh said that single-handedly creating and maintaining a brand's aesthetic and voice is no small feat. Yet Stephanie continually champions a task in addition to relentless duties correlated to being a co-founder.
Justin Kimmerlouden said Justin's understanding manifests itself in MindMixer's design. Biggest competitive advantage is its design, which is entirely attributable to
Flywheel. Rick is responsible for all aspects. Fellow co-founder Tony Necker has poured himself into making Flywheel a truly great user experience and consistently fights for how the software should look, feel, and work.
Jake Stutzman, Creative Director at Elevate. Jake leads a team of multidisciplinary designers who help organizations add value to their brand. Elevate's Seth Carlson said Jake is a visionary and a design thinker at heart. With more than a decade of experience in design, he has continued to push himself beyond the convention of design thinking.
And the analog goes to. You want to read it?
Jake Stutzman.
Just like to thank the team at Elevate. Carlson, who was named, he's really helped us build a foundation to grow. A place to land this plane called Elevate. We were just inspired by the energy and the excitement, especially of what Jeff and Dusty have built at Silicon Prairie, and just the energy that was in the Silicon Prairie as a whole. I mean, that's what made Omaha rise to the top of the list as we look to a place, to move the company and grow it. So thanks to all you who contribute to that energy, and we look forward to working with you and contributing to build this region and the energy of the Silicon Prairie. So thank you.
Prairie Ambassador. This award, sponsored by the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce, which aims to make the Greater Kansas City region the best place to live, work, and start and grow a business. Here to help present this award are Christine Murray of the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce and SBN's Caleb Wolfers.
Though these 4 finalists reside outside of the region, this hasn't stopped them from supporting its startup community this past year. Here are the finalists for the Silicon Prairie Ambassador.
Stephen Chow. Stephen is a Startup Weekend web developer in Seattle and former events chair for the Social Media Club of Kansas City. Born and raised in Missouri, Stephen spent 5 years in Kansas City before relocating to Seattle. Tina Peterson believes Stephen to be the founding member of the KC startup community, and she said that Kansas City would definitely not be where it is today without him. And she is still amazed at how many people she meets whose introduction to the community and entrepreneurship came from Stephen.
Rahul Gupta. This native Californian spent the last 8 years in Omaha until moving back to his home state last April. Since returning to California, he's organized Silicon Prairie meetups, connected companies in the Bay Area to the vendors in Omaha, and has advocated on behalf of Silicon Prairie as a strong place to do business.
Royce Haynes. Royce is a hack star at Techstars in Boulder, Colorado, a native Kansan. Royce spent the last few years in Kansas City before moving to Colorado. Instant founder Rodrigo Neri said, Royce is one of those people who has this nice energy around him. He's always down to earth with a big smile on his face and willing to help in any way he can.
Calvin Pappas. This Nebraska native and University of Nebraska-Lincoln alum also is the founder of Select Out, an internet privacy management system. Nima Bamaramdad said Calvin serves as an excellent role model and inspiration for anyone else that wants to start a technology company in the Midwest.
And the analog goes to Stephen Chow.
Stephen was unable to be here with us tonight, but accepting the award on his behalf is Shane Reeser. Stephen recorded a video in anticipation of the event to share his excitement and thanks with everyone here.
Hey, greetings, Silicon Prairie. This is Stephen from Seattle. I am so sorry that I cannot be there in person in Des Moines to share this experience with you. It's been absolutely amazing to watch how much Kansas City has grown and how much Silicon Prairie has grown in this last year that I've been away from it all. Whenever I travel for Startup Weekend, I constantly share the stories of how our little community have grown from just a blog or a few special interest groups, and now we are making headway in the world. It's just utterly amazing, and all I ask everyone is just keep up the good work. We all have stories that's worth sharing, and just remember to spend time with your loved ones. Now I just want to give a quick shout out to Tina Peterson, Rigo Neary, Mike Elfman, Jeff, Dusty, and the rest of the Silicon Prairie News guys. Keep up the good work. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Up next is the Silicon Prairie Champion, sponsored by the Greater Omaha Chamber. The Chamber is dedicated to increasing business, investment, and employment in Greater Omaha, but also is committed to benefiting the entire metropolitan area in the state of Nebraska. Here to present the award are maybe Shane, if he's still up here, Shane Reeser of Startup Genome, and SBN's own, Brittany Massio.
Brittany, you look ravishing this evening.
You look pretty. We caught the bat, so. Look at that. Today we're doing Silicon Prairie Champion. Each of these finalists, here are the finalists.
Brian Ardinger. Managing Director of N-Motion, a startup accelerator based in Lincoln, Nebraska. Dusty Reynolds of the Greater Omaha Chamber, also known as the Justin Bieber of Omaha, said that Brian has proven himself to be one of the most selfless leaders in the community. Are you here? Oh, darn it. Well, maybe you'll hear that I made that joke later. Since Brian accepted the role as entrepreneur in residence for New Tech, he has spearheaded an accelerator and numerous events to help build community.
Manager in entrepreneurship at the Kauffman Foundation, Cameron leads the foundation's effort in the Big Five initiative and was the co-founder of 1 Million Cups. Matthew Marcus of Local Ruckus said without Cameron's help, the Kansas City Startup Village and 1 Million Cups would not have achieved the level of success each one is recognized for today.
Kevin McGinnis, Vice President of Product Platforms and Services at Sprint. Kevin is responsible for developing platforms and product lines across all segments of its wireless and wireline business for both consumer and enterprise customers. Pipeline's Joni Cobb said Kevin is unleashing tremendous corporate power for our region's entrepreneurs.
Amanda Styron and Andy Stoll.
Yeah!
This duo of Seed Here Studio has helped launch 1 Million Cups Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, and host this event each week. They launched the Creative Quarter Project, which is a regional initiative to rally pride and support for innovation and community, and planned Iowa's first Creative Week slated for October of this year.
Do you have it? Okay. Do you want to do it? Go ahead. You can do it.
Okay, I'll do it. The analog goes to Amanda Styron and Andy Stoll.
All right. Woo!
Wow, thank you so much. I didn't prepare a speech either. So a couple of things. First of all,
It is so amazing to live in a place where you can make ideas happen so quickly. And the goal that Andy and I started with was to surround ourselves with people who were bold and brave and trusting their crazy ideas and going for it. And we got it. And so thank you to all of you for being brave and bold. That's really what this is all about. So Andy is my co-founder, and then Chris Fassler is our third team member. And together, it's just amazing to get to work with the two of them. And Andy really wanted to be here tonight, but he's following his entrepreneurial spirit, and he's launching a speaking career, so his first gig is tonight. So how about a round of applause for Andy? Let's see, there's so many people to thank, and that's the thing about being a community builder, is that there are hundreds of people. There's a big crowd right here that I really want to thank. To all of the entrepreneurs, you're killing it tonight. You're awesome. You guys inspire us every day. And we couldn't continue to do the work without you guys being awesome, doing awesome things, and then also supporting us back. And Josh is sitting there. Josh is one of the first people who really believed in us and said, keep going, even when we thought that we couldn't. There are tons of partners and other people who don't understand what we're doing but stay out of our way and let us keep going, and we appreciate them too, and everyone else. And finally, I want to thank my husband-to-be in 3 days, Ryan. I know that Seed here doesn't exist without you, so thank you. Okay, thanks.
Our next award is Investor of the Year. Here to present the award are Paul and Stephanie Jarrett, co-founders of Startup of the Year finalist Bulu Box.
What's up, Bulu Box? These investors, according to the CEOs of their portfolio companies, do more than just boost bank accounts. They provide the total package. Here are the finalists.
Angel Capital Group, an investment group that puts funds toward market-ready, unique products or services in large opportunity markets. Client Paul Basile said that while most angel groups only allocate a few minutes to any opportunity, Angel Capital Group listened, and listened intently.
Dundee Venture Capital. A venture capital firm investing in internet services and e-commerce businesses. Dundee's portfolio includes companies like Leap2, MindMixer, and Divvy HQ, and Bulu Box.
Really not on there.
Josh Kramer. Josh is an Iowan who invests in early-stage internet technology companies. Clusterflunk co-founder AJ Nelson said that Josh is the father of technology in Iowa City. The least important thing Josh has done for Clusterflunk is give us money, he said. Not only is he a great investor, mentor, and advisor, he's a great friend.
Linseed Capital. A husband-wife angel investor duo that invests in outstanding people who have created companies that serve people, solve significant problems, and improve the lives of others. David Chait of Travify said Jim and Karen Linder of Linseed Capital are more than just pure investors. They are champions for their portfolio companies and the larger Silicon Prairie, as well as brilliant thought partners.
And the analog goes to Linseed Capital.
Well, thank you all. We're joining the long trend of people who didn't prepare a speech, so just a few off-the-cuff thoughts, and I'll rely on Karen's telepathic abilities to help me on this. We got a lot of people to thank, and many of you are in this audience. I mean, we've had the pleasure of working with a lot of companies in the Silicon Prairie over the past 5 years, and you guys are really the ones that are doing the work. It's easy to be an investor. It's really hard to be an entrepreneur. I mean, you guys really get up every day and make the products happen that try and accomplish the things that we seek. You've enriched all of our lives, and we appreciate that. We hope to continue working with you for many years. The other thing that we're fortunate to do is work on something like this together. You all know that the people that are in your companies become some of your best friends, and if it turns out that your spouse or partner is a co-investor or co-founder or co-something, you know how important that is, and we've enjoyed it very much. It makes our lives better as well. Any further thoughts?
Thank you. We love you, Silicon Prairie.
All right, now on to the new kids on the block. New Startup of the Year, sponsored by West Des Moines Business Incubator. In an effort to address the need to foster a climate for entrepreneurial activity and to assist in the development and growth of small businesses within West Des Moines, a group of business leaders and citizens opened the West Des Moines Business Incubator, which can house 17 startup companies. Here to present the award are Anita Messerschmidt of the West Des Moines Business Incubator and Aaron Hoffman of Stonefinch.
This category recognizes the new kid on the block that quickly made a name for itself, and for good reason. Each of these startups launched its public beta between July of 2011 and June of 2012. Here are the finalists.
First is Candy Cam. Makes suspended robotic camera platforms capable of precise movement in 3D space for capturing dynamic aerial footage.
Next, Higher Learning Technologies. Empowering students to learn in a more intuitive and ultimately more effective manner by harnessing the power of smartphones and tablets.
Next we have My Ed Match. A job matching site for educators that connects schools and teachers with shared missions, beliefs, and goals.
Travify. Travify solves the coordination headaches of group travel. Travify helps groups determine their best trip. They collaborate on details, book travel, and manage expenses.
And the analog goes to Higher Learning Technologies.
Thank you very much. It's such an honor to have gotten 3 of these. We're really proud to be creating here and to be a part of the community in the Silicon Prairie. So thank you.
All right, so we're to our last award. So last but certainly not least, it's time to announce the 2013 Silicon Prairie Startup of the Year, presented by our friends at Sprint. Sprint offers a comprehensive range of communication services, bringing the freedom of mobility to consumers and businesses, and actively supports the growth of the entrepreneurial community in Kansas City and nationwide. Here to present the final award tonight are Stephanie Lashley of Sprint and 2012 Startup of the Year CEO Ben Milne. But we also have a special guest presenter with them. You guys can come on out now. So we also have Analog the Second, who is a new addition to our SPN family. Take it away, Stephanie and Ben.
Sorry, it's awkward.
This is the startup that everyone's been talking about and will be talking about for years to come. It's the startup that's made marked progress toward solidifying its success, having an all-around banner year. And the finalists are
Bulu Box. I feel like, where is Bulu Box? Get some. That's a good turnout. A discovery e-commerce platform from health, nutrition, and fitness.
EyeVerify. EyeVerify is the exclusive provider of eye print verification, a highly accurate biometric enabling a password-free mobile experience.
Leap 2. Focused on reinventing search, Leap 2 delivers relevant search results in one engaging visual interface available for download right meow. That's for you, James.
Mind Mixer. Builds better communities by involving people in things that they want to know about. And the Analog.
And the Analog goes to? You got it?
I got it.
Let's do this. Oh shit, that's the wrong thing.
Seriously. No, it's EyeVerify.
That is really, really awesome. I mean, I don't think you can get a higher award than to be recognized kind of by the people in your industry. Hand that for me a second. You know, the journey we're on it's hard in an early stage startup, and kind of the best analogy that I can come up with is like convincing a team of people to push a large rock up there, but all of a sudden you crest the hill and you're like, holy shit, that's awesome, right? It's a crazy emotional roller coaster. And as I've been in this entrepreneurial world for a while now, what I've realized, it is about the journey, and it's about the team that you've got with you on that journey. So any one of you guys could be up here sharing this story and how important it is to have spouses, to have loved ones, to have a team, to really be with you on that journey. And we're incredibly blessed, incredibly lucky. We've got a team that's awesome. Dr. Reza, Derek, Shawnee, Das, a great team back in Kansas City that are still working. A lot of folks everywhere. My spouse, I would say my partner for life, my wife Joanna, our investors. It is really amazing. So an honor. Thank you very much. You're on the journey, and it's been an honor to be with you and to continue to be on that. So, thank you.
Toby, what we didn't tell you and the EyeVerify team is that you will be the first to take the picture with Analog, since we've now found him. Hey, we want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. It's been a lot of fun, and congratulations to all of the award winners. They do represent all of the amazing talent and leadership that we have here in the region. So before we leave tonight, I just want to make sure that we thank our sponsors again for making this event happen, and to all of you for the energy and contribution tonight. Also, I would be remiss to recognize each member of our team at Silicon Prairie News. They put in countless hours and sweat and tears to make this happen. So I'm going to ask that they stand up when I say their name. Brittany Massio, she's been in the back and running our slide deck. Thank you, Brittany. Caleb Ulfers. Caleb, are you here? There he is in the back. Fred, Megan, and Danny, thank you again for all of your hard work. And Kim Foster, who many of you don't see, but she is behind the scenes preparing for tonight. And Jeff and Dusty, thank you. Without your vision, none of us would be here tonight. So thank you, and we will see everyone hopefully at the end of this month at Big Des Moines, and enjoy the closing reception provided by the West Des Moines Business Incubator. Thank you.